Hear me good? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me good. I want to make sure I'm being heard. Can you hear me good? Can you hear me good? Loud and clear? All right. Yeah, hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me. Few more minutes and we'll get started. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right. Don't forget to hit that like button, man. I'm just now finding out that if you hit the little likes and stuff like that, it helps get you in the algorithm. And you know, YouTube's already after me. But if for those who are viewing on YouTube, for any reason, if there's any types of technical difficulties, what you know, I usually have to deal with via YouTube, not me, but it's YouTube. I'm also live on X. Okay, all right. So we're gonna get into a few topics. I got two appetizers. I was only supposed to have one, but because of what just happened today, I had to add this one to the plate. So we got two appetizers, all right? Trump and J.D. Vance sparring with Zelensky in front of the live press. You got Pastor Jamal Bryant being trolled by black conservatives at the Black History Month ceremony or celebration at the White House, all right? And then we're going to get into Mayor Eric Adams. Is he Jesus or is he just another Toby? And the last one, the caveat, Joy Reid. Why my heart doesn't bleed for Joy Reid, and some of y'all may disagree, but that's fine. That's fine. This is what this is all about, right? We're not a monolith, okay? Let's go. Let's get this show started.
These runaway slaves hiding in the White House gonna throw my picture up thinking that I'm gonna be afraid. In case you forgot, I'm from the west side of Baltimore. If you got a problem, pull up on me.
The show had value, and that, I'm sorry.
Joy Reid's final show on MSNBC. Single tear, white woman tears happening right here, Joy.
Let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go f*** yourself.
This is a biblical moment. You know, when Jesus was on the cross, he said, God, forgive them, for they know not what they do. All these Negroes who are asking me to step down, God, forgive them.
If he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City, and we won't be sitting on the couch. I'll be in his office, up his butt.
Don't send Toby away. Toby be good field hand, boss.
That's all right, Toby. That's all right. You be a good field hand, and you can stay here.
All right. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. First, I want to say mental health is real, y'all, okay? I was supposed to have been going hard last show because of my Eagles, man. Salute to my Eagles, man. Salute to Jalen Hurts, man. And y'all better put some respect on my name because I now know somebody that know Jalen Hurts very well. He's been in his home. He's best friends with his daddy. So put some respect on my name, okay? First black quarterback. First black starting quarterback. First black mobile quarterback to bring home a championship, a Super Bowl for my Philadelphia Eagles. Put some respect on the Eagles. We have the most starting snaps by black quarterbacks in the NFL history. So put some respect on that, okay? Put some respect on it. Yeah, you heard me. Now, let's get into today's, got two appetizers, okay? This first appetizer, man, I couldn't resist. This was, man, Trump, J.D. Vance, and Zelensky sparring in front of the world, right? In front of the press, because supposedly Zelensky has been very disrespectful. And I watched this clip a couple times. It's not the clip you guys see on Instagram. This is the full clip. It's about 10 minutes, okay? Close to 10 minutes. Because I wanted you guys to see how it got to where it was. Zelensky started talking about, trying to give a history of, the conflict between, Ukraine and Russia. And basically going down the line saying Obama didn't do shit, Bush didn't do shit, Biden didn't do nothing. And he said the years that Trump was in office and saying nobody could do nothing with Putin, right? And then that's when shit went left. That's when things were left. So let's get into that, okay? Let's check this out. Let's see how it went.
Second question. My second question for President Zelensky. Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest level in this country's office and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if do you own a suit?
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not respecting
I don't have such.
office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe
Maybe
something
like
like
this.
yours.
Yes,
Yes, maybe something better. I don't know.
Now, to me, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a little weird because wasn't Elon Musk just in the Oval Office with his badass kid? And you know what I'm saying? He wasn't dressed to impress either. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really give a none of these. But let's watch the show.
We will see. Maybe something cheaper than Thank you.
And I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred. And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way, so that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
I will respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people are been dying on the contact line. No.
Now, I just want to ask this question to you guys. Y'all know it was our tax dollars, billions and billions upon billions going to Ukraine for this war. How do you feel as Americans knowing your hard-earned tax dollars was going to this dude for him to basically say, y'all ain't never been doing shit about this dude? You know what I'm saying? Just a question. Just a question.
Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed with him with gas contract gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it.
And this is where it goes left, y'all, when he said we will feel it.
In the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country. This country.
Have y'all ever seen this happen between two leaders, two world leaders? Have you ever seen this happen before on live television? This is my first time. The last time I've seen anything like this was when Trump was going back and forth with Chuck and Nancy Pelosi, right, about the governmental shutdown. I've never seen something like this before, though.
That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can...
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you...
How can you say you've been alone, man, and y'all got... Man, hey, look here, man. Y'all got money before my people got their goddamn reparations, man. You talking about some damn alone.
The stupid president, $350 billion. We gave
for
you military equipment, and you men are brave, but they had to use our military. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
maybe
new.
Less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you'd take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
That
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means. It
That was
wasn't
with
with you.
a guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
This
That was
is your-
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards.
All right, so that's a lot. I wasn't finna let that keep going and, you know, and being back and forth. I know, you know, a lot of people really do not care, but, you know, there are some people that's going to be like, yo, I'm glad to see this. You know, a president who's not comatose to tell a person to their face, if we giving you a lot of money, we giving you a lot of help, bow the knee and kiss the ring, ho. Kiss it. Kiss the ring. You know? And then some people's like, yo, this is not diplomatic at all. This is not what democracy is. This is not good for politics. You know, you guys have this, you know, discussion behind closed doors. Then there's some people that's going to be like, no, we want transparency. We want to see what they really have to say to each other. You know, some people say it's fake. You know, reality, like Sister Catherine said, you know, reality TV. You know, hey, you know, everybody's entitled to that opinion, man. Like I said, it is what it is. Now, let's get into Pastor Jamal Bryant being trolled by black conservatives. Now, if you have been in tune with this show and in tune with me, okay, and this is my third name, okay? I've changed my name a lot, and I need to stop doing that. I went from Von's 2 Cents TV to my 2 Cents TV to now, you know, what's the new name? You know? Hell, I done changed it so many times, I forget, right? Forgotten Party. There you go. I've done videos on Pastor Jamal Bryant in the past. I've done videos on Joy Reid in the past. I did a video when Jamal Bryant was talking about, you know, starting these, like, you know, selling weed and all this other stuff, right? But if you know anything about me, you know I come with receipts, okay? I'm going to play this video of these black conservatives at the White House for Black History Month celebration. Some people may ask, why are they there? But that's fine. Ask that question. I'm playing this video. They're trolling Pastor Jamal Bryant, and I'm going to play his response to him being trolled by the black conservatives at the White House. But there's something at the end that he said where he messed up at. Okay? Because I'm very petty and I have receipts, okay? Let's get into this video. Let's go.
Here at the Black History Month celebration at the White House. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And hey, everybody here, Cash Patel has been confirmed as an FBI director. Who's ready for some heads to roll? Let's go! Cash, I know you got the receipts. Hold them mother suckers accountable. Show all delete.
I ain't afraid of the spooks that sat at the door. These runaway slaves hiding in the White House gonna throw my picture up thinking that I'm gonna be afraid. If you got real courage, don't show my picture. Show the picture of the one that fired the black Joint Chief of Staffs from the military. If you gonna show a picture of the CEO of Target, Walmart, McDonald's, and Amazon that does not recognize black dollars or black business. If you gonna put up a picture of the state legislators in Florida that are banning black books. If you gonna put up the picture of the one who is stealing classified information from the IRS and Social Security. In case you forgot, I'm from the west side of Baltimore. If you got a problem, pull up on me.
Did he say pull up on him? He said he from West Side Baltimore. Now, my wife's from Baltimore. That's right. It's very rough. Married to a woman from Baltimore is very rough, okay? But he said he's from West Side Baltimore. Pull up on him if you got an issue with him. Now, like I said, I come with receipts. You can't tell people to pull up on you. But when somebody does pull up on you, this is your reaction to being pulled up on.
Man, can I holler at you, man? Check this out. This is what we want to know, right? I'm the streets, man. What I want to know, man, cold-blooded, man. You, like I'm saying, man, you say you for the people. You got our people all up in your church. You know what I mean? You're supposed to lead these people, man. And I mean, I understand that y'all stuff, but you had no answers for, like, yo, man, then you come down here, like, late. Like, Top, I've been on the ground, like, 300-something days. You down here now. Don't come.
What'd you do for Top?
We don't want you nowhere in our city, yo. Like, we don't even want you on our streets. Like, you disrespect our streets, man. This me, PFK Boom. I was on the front, you disrespected up here north, and you came down there, you ain't even fighting no war with us, yo. You ain't had nothing on your shirt, you ain't had no guns or nothing.
Now, why he's so pissed off, he is part of a protest. His brother is going off on Pastor Jamal Bryant because this is during the Freddie Gray protests, right? And riots or whatever. And Pastor Jamal Bryant has been showing up with the opposition. He has been showing face with the opposition. And he got the nerve to bring his ass down to the block. And where this bruh's like, oh, you got shit twisted. And this is where this energy is coming from. See, this is what you call pulling up on somebody. And like he said before in this past video, correct? Well, this is how it goes with Pastor Jamal Bryant. So don't be afraid to pull up on Pastor Jamal Bryant, y'all. Don't be afraid to pull up on him. This is all you're going to get.
And then you f***ing with our oppressors. Wow. What you mean, how you f***ing with Roland Blake and all them, man? You trying to kill us, man.
Where were you for
That's you are,
West?
man. Well, we telling you are. The streets feel like you killing us, man. All right. We don't want you in our f***ing city now. Then get the f*** out the whole city. Is it that easy? That we can really get you the f*** out of here? No, sir. Well, check this out, man. Don't come nowhere down here no more. Wherever PFK Boom at, don't come. I know you can tell your henchmen. I know you, yo, Timmy and all them. I know you before I seen right about all that. Get the henchmen. Don't come down here no more. Boom said it. Me, as a man, the streets don't want you here. I'm speaking for them. So we see you here. Okay. So you said you won't come on my motherfucking streets no more, right? Don't bring your ass down here no fucking more. I mean it, yo. On my fucking kids, yo. Cause you're a fucking disgrace, a guardian angel for Satan. For who? Cause you damn sure ain't guard me, nigga. Get the fuck up out of here.
What you do for Tyrone West again?
Empower what, this nigga?
Look, like I said, my wife is from Baltimore. And the word on the street in Baltimore, Pastor Jamal Bryant has always been a crook. Always been a crook. And I'm going to take the word of somebody who's from Baltimore who has no reason to lie to me about anything, okay? Wasn't his church in West Baltimore? I have no clue. I have no clue where, but he said he from West Baltimore, so probably so. Probably so. But my thing is, like I said, don't tell people to pull up on you when that's your energy. Like, you telling people to pull up on you, like, you know, you got something for that ass. You know, he didn't even have a scripture, no holy water, no nothing. He just got ran off the block. Damn. But let's get to first main topic of the day. Is Mayor Eric Adams Jesus-like or just another Toby? Okay? Now, you know, disgraced New York Mayor Eric Adams. What happened was, you know, and shout out to brother Hawk Newsom, because he called it out. It's nothing but another quid pro quo, right? Mayor Eric Adams had some indictments on his ass, okay? It was for bribery and fraud, all right? Accepting over $100,000 from foreign governments, right? Some Turkish citizens. And when Trump got in office, you know, because Biden wasn't going to help him, a fellow Democrat wasn't finna help a fellow Democrat, a black Democrat at that, right? Biden was quiet. He gave everybody else pardons except for this, you know, so-called, you know, black man, right? So Trump gets in office, and Trump's like, oh, yeah, I'll make a deal with you. you got a lot of illegal immigration going on in your city. We're going to come in there, we're going to clean that shit out, and you're going to stay out the way. And if you do that, you do what we tell you to do, you cooperate with us, and you be our nigga, boy, we'll drop the charges on you. You know what I'm saying? With prejudice. Right? So let's get into, is he Toby or is he Jesus-like? Let's see. I got receipts. Let's go. Let's check it out.
You are sitting today talking about the new alliance between ICE and Adams. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Alliance was never severe.
And if he doesn't come through,
You're up early anyway.
if he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City, and we won't be.
I see. Okay. Sheena, you messing me up now. You messing me up, okay? You can't say this. You can't say no. Hold on, let me put all this on here. You can't say no, he didn't pardon him because he's guilty. It has nothing to do with his race. It has everything to do with his race because his son was guilty. Fauci was guilty. Okay? He gave pardons for people for stuff that people weren't even paying attention to. It had everything to do with that. Okay? He pardoned a judge from Philly who was basically getting cash for kids, for sentencing kids for cash. He pardoned that judge. He pardoned a lot of people. And I'm sorry, y'all can say what y'all want about Mayor Eric Adams, but I would take Mayor Eric Adams before I'll take a judge who was taking our little black babies in Philly for cash. Okay? That's just my opinion. All right? But let's get into him being Toby right here. I'm going to rewind this real quick, okay? This is a quick clip, okay?
You are sitting today talking about the new alliance between ICE and Adams. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Alliance was never severe.
And if he doesn't come through,
You're up early anyway.
if he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City, and we won't be sitting on the couch. I'll be in his office, up his butt, saying, "Where the hell is the agreement we came to?" So,
and I want ICE to deliver. And I want ICE to deliver. We're going to deliver for the safety of the people of this city. Let's focus on every American in New York should have the right to have an opportunity and survive in this city.
We're going to hold you to that.
Don't send Toby away. Toby be good field hand, boss.
That's all right, Toby. That's all right. You be a good field hand, and you can stay here.
Okay, so that's Exhibit A. Okay. Let me see. Let me respond to these comments before I move any further. Okay. Let me see. Some other people that Biden pardoned was guilty. That is correct. That is correct, including his raggedy ass son, his crackhead son, who was guilty, who he said he wasn't going to pardon, who he claimed he wasn't going to pardon, right? But whatever. It is what it is, right? It says, no, you don't know about Mayor Adams and the things he has done. So no, he doesn't deserve a pardon. Okay, I'm saying if I had to choose between that white Philadelphia judge, that white Pennsylvania judge, okay, who was part of an organization who was getting cash for young black kids, putting them behind bars, okay, for money. If I had to choose between them two, I'm choosing Mayor Eric Adams to get a pardon. If I have to choose one to pardon, I'm not pardoning a man who's putting little kids behind bars for cash. That's what I'm saying, okay? And I stand on that, okay? That's all I'm saying. All right. So let's get to the next Exhibit B of him comparing himself to whoever out there may feel or may say that Lord Jesus Christ is your Savior. Let me know how you feel about him comparing himself to Yahshua.
Stand up. They need to see you. Deputy Mayor Williams Ison, Deputy Mayor Mira Josie, Deputy Mayor Amazar, Deputy Mayor Maria Torres Springer. Have you ever seen this much chocolate leading the city of New York? And then go down the line. Look who's here. This is representative of the city. That's why people are hating on me. You trying to figure out why they're hating on me? They're hating on me because how many of you go to church? Ma'am, this is a Matthew 21:12 moment. Jesus walked in the temple. He saw them doing wrong in the temple. He did what? He turned the table over. I went to City Hall to turn the table over. This is a biblical moment. You know, when Jesus was on the cross, he said, God, forgive them, for they know not what they do. All these Negroes who are asking me to step down, God, forgive them.
Hawk, he talking to you. What you gonna do, Hawk? Hawk, he talking to you, bro. I got your back, though. I got your back. I'm exposing this clown. But he talking to you.
Are you stupid?
I want to get back to an event you had at the Gracie Mansion last night, where you spoke about Black History Month, and in it you said, quote, all these Negroes who are asking me to step down, God forgive them. Are you implying that if you're black, you have to support you?
No, not at all. I'm asking for all New Yorkers to support me.
So who are you specifically talking to when you say Negroes?
Well, who has stepped down? Who has asked me to step down? If you look at that whole speech, the speech talked about the continuation of lighting your flame and continue to light and shine. And that's what we've done in this administration with our team. So those who have called for me to allow my flame to prematurely be extinguished, that's who I'm talking about.
So you're saying all New Yorkers are Negroes?
I thought I was very clear in my definition of what I said. All New Yorkers, we got 8.3 million New Yorkers, 8.3 million people didn't call for me to step down. I get just the opposite when I'm in the streets.
So anybody who's black who calls for you to step down, they need help from God. I'm focusing on this because your use of...
You hear that, Hawk? He praying for you. He praying for you, Hawk.
The word Negro has come up repeatedly over the last couple of weeks, and I think some people actually have an issue with that term. So explain who you're talking to when you use that term specifically.
I didn't say they need help from God. I said pray for them. Wasn't that what I said?
You said, quote, God forgive them.
Exactly. Let's pray for them. And so let's focus on this for a moment. Isn't our democracy is based on who the people of the city elect? Why are we trying to disrupt and take the power away from the people of the city who elected me to be the mayor? And then ask the question, what have I done that we're going to usurp that power from the people? I have not been convicted of a crime. I've moved the city forward. I've done the job that New York has asked me to do. And so when you have those that are trying to usurp the power of the voting rights of the people, that is not democracy, and God forgive them.
Okay, so let me know in the chat, y'all. Is he Toby or is he Jesus-like? Is he Toby or is he Jesus-like? That's what I want to know. What's y'all opinion on this? Okay? Is he Toby or is he Jesus-like? Oh, man. Oh, man, brother. Praying for you as well, brother. That man said, are you stupid? Are you stupid? He forgives y'all for y'all know not what y'all do. Because Trump got his back. Trump got his hand up his ass. Boy, I tell you. Okay. So let's get into the main course of the meal, right? Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Why my heart doesn't bleed for Joy Reid. Now, I brought up my past two channels before. Von's 2 Cents and My 2 Cents TV. I have done I did one video on Joy Reid, and it was with disgust of what I ran across on various clips on YouTube, and I sat down and I watched the whole segment of what I had issues with, just to make sure I had everything in proper context. Okay, so Joy Reid her show has been canceled. Okay. She did a response video crying, saying how her show had substance, her show was about something. I disagree. You got Megyn Kelly on her neck. You got the other black dude, conservative dude that's been on her neck. I'm not going from a ha moment, okay? I'm coming from a who cares? my heart doesn't bleed for you, because if there's a lot of things that I care about when it comes to my family and when it comes to my community. Number one is the children, and number two is our family foundation, right? Okay, I don't want anybody trying to poke holes at any of our family foundation. Do not try to separate the father from the mother. Do not try to separate the mother from the father. Stop trying to get the mother and the father to fight against each other because of, roles within the relationship or roles within the marriage, or how you see fit, how it should be, right? The woman makes more than the man. Oh, you're less of a man. We need to stop trying to divide our households, right? Well, those are two of the things that this woman played a part in trying to poke holes at, okay? And here's the first thing. She's arguing and she's trying to make a case towards this woman who has this organization called Mommy for, it was dealing with Mommies for dealing with books in schools, banning certain books in schools, okay? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I agree with every book that may have been on their list. But there were some books on this list, and the book that she chose to champion and try to use in her debate was disgusting. Let's get to it.
The books that are being banned, I want to give you just some.
Books are being banned.
No, hold on a second.
Well, no, Joy, but I want to be clear.
Uh-huh.
No one's banning books. Write the book, print the book, publish the book, put the book in the public library, sell the book, right? We're talking about a public school library.
Mm-hmm.
Children don't have unfettered access to the internet at school. Mm-hmm. I did a FOIA records request, and I wanted to see what kinds of internet sites are banned in schools, if we're going to talk about banning, right? Mm-hmm. And the subject matter in the books that moms are concerned about are the same things that kids don't have access to on the internet.
What is booklooks.com?
I'm aware of a website called booklooks.com where parents can go and see some of the books that other parents are concerned about.
Booklooks.com has been used in Florida extensively in counties like, I used to live in Broward County. I lived there for 14 years.
Okay.
In counties like Broward, counties like Clay, counties like Escambia, Moms for Liberty activists are using booklooks.com. And it's essentially a Cliff Notes for books.
Yeah.
So you go through without even having to read the book. I'm going to just hold it up so our audience can see what it looks like. This is the one for All Boys Aren't Blue, which is one of the books Moms for Liberty has pushed.
Everyone should go and see the content in this book. That's such a good idea.
And so what happens is you can do keyword searches and find certain keywords.
Like rape?
You can find sure.
Or anal rape or dildo.
You can find all sorts of
types
keywords.
Of words. But like
wait, hold on, wait. Let me finish my question.
Okay,
then
great,
you can answer.
sure.
I'm going to give you time to answer, but I got to ask you first.
No, yeah, I got the question.
And so what you find is the keywords that you find, the N-word, anything, words like you just used, then you'll get out of context passages from the book. And then based on that, Moms for Liberty members are going to places like Broward County School Board meetings, reading out of context passages from these books, and then demanding that the school board remove them. What is the expertise that you have and other Moms for Liberty advocates have to decide that a book, an award-winning book like All Boys Aren't Blue, isn't appropriate for students to read? What is your expertise?
What a tragic story of a young man who's anally raped by his adult family member. So you have incest, rape, pedophilia. Joy, you said you'd let me answer, so I'm going to answer
Please
for you. In what context is a strap-on dildo acceptable for public school? Just, that's my question to you. Tell me what the context around the strap-on dildo or the rape of a minor child by a teacher.
Hold on a second.
No,
wait,
we're talking.
Now, do y'all hear this book that Joy Reid has chose to champion and try to fight for, right? Do you hear this book? She's not talking about your public library. She's talking about your school library. That book does not belong in no kid's school library.
Public school.
One moment.
All right.
So now you've asked me questions.
Sure.
I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
Well, who is the main character? What's the name of the main character in All Boys Aren't Blue?
You're asking me right now.
You just gave me very specific information about this book, so you're presenting yourself as somebody expert.
It's the gentleman.
Hold on. Who's the main character in the book?
The main character is the author.
What's his name?
George, I believe, is his first name.
Because you're giving me very specific information that is.
You're asking me to remember the name of an author.
You
the
just
name
remembered
of the author
very
doesn't.
specific things.
Joy.
Here's my question.
We're talking about
Here's my question.
You didn't answer my question.
No. I'm going to answer your question.
Great. I would love to hear that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm interviewing you, and you're not interviewing me. So let's just make sure it's a conversation. As you are not an expert in this book.
I don't have to be an expert to know that dildos aren't appropriate for public school. I mean, come on, let's get real.
This book is a full context story as you said, of the author's experience. Why is it your right or a Moms for Liberty activist's right to say that a parent who wants their child to have access to this book, which gives a personal experience of this author, why doesn't a liberal parent, for instance, or a parent of an LGBTQ kid, why don't they have a right for their child to just have access to this book? Why is it?
They do have a right to have access to the book. That's why you take your punk ass on Amazon. That's why you get in the car, you take your punk ass to the public library, okay? But that has no business in schools. In schools. This is what this woman is talking about here. You get what I'm saying? I was like, wait a minute, Joy, the whole time I'm just like, what the Joy Reid? What are we doing here?
You're right to say they can't.
So again, we're talking about incest, rape, and pedophilia.
And each parent, each parent has to decide what is appropriate for their child to read. So I want you to answer. I'm going to ask it one more time. Right. What is your right to tell a parent who wants their child, who might feel seen by this story? Why don't they have the right? Why don't they have the right as a parent to say, my child can have access to this book?
If a child feels seen by this story, that means that they have been the victim of a predator. That means that they have either been raped by a family member, they've experienced
and your proof of that is what?
You just said that if a child feels seen by this story.
You're now making assumptions about it.
No, but if a child has been raped, we should do a lot better than put a book on the library
shelf. Now you're literally
shelf.
creating a story behind a child that you don't know.
See what I'm saying? So this one I was like on edge with Joy Reid. This is when I was on edge. I'm like, nah, I don't know about this lady here. I don't know about this lady here. Not in schools. Leave that public libraries. Really, Joy, why can't you understand this? Where are your children? That's a good question. Does she even have children? Does she even have children? Because there's a lot of people that have opinions on kids and don't have none. They just you know, the cool auntie or the cool uncle, but you got so much to say about people and their kids. That's a good question, right? So I was already on edge when it came to Joy Reid. And I was like, man, I don't know about this chick, man. I really disagree with this. And I really didn't like the fact of it as I'm pro-black. I'm very pro-black, okay? If you don't know this about me, I'm very pro-black. So it's very important to me for you to fight battles that actually make sense and don't make yourself look stupid, right? Like, growing up in a household where my stepfather was a preacher. He was a minister, right? And I used to hear him say, he says, do not try to debate atheists because they will make you look stupid because a lot of times they know more about the Bible than you do because they're looking for reasons to debunk everything that you believe in, right? So as a black woman sitting on mainstream news media and you're sitting across from a white woman and you're fighting for these crazy ass books that majority of black people are conservative, it makes you look even crazier, right? So it's either two things. You actually really believe in this and I don't rock with that, or you don't believe in it, but because you're part of the establishment, you following the script. Either way, I don't rock with that. It's not the Joy Reid show, right? It's not the Read Out show, whatever they called it. But here's the second part, and this is a two-clip part of when I was like, I was done with Joy Reid. This is why my heart does not bleed for Joy Reid and her show being canceled. I don't want to hear about your statistics about other shows on mainstream media that, is controlled by the white establishment and how they're being mistreated. I said this before on the Broken Link podcast when Brian Flores was going through it with the Miami Dolphins as a black head coach and how black people were so upset. We need more black head coaches in the NFL. We need more black owners in the NFL. And I told her, look, I no longer feel bad for anybody who forces themselves inside of a white establishment and they're going to come back crying about how they're being treated. I can't cry for you. I can't cry for you. We had too many political leaders. We had too many black leaders who was trying to instill in us on how to start and create our own for y'all to still be crying about the same shit, right? That's just my opinion on that. So that's another reason why I didn't cry for her. She knew where she was at. She knew she was expendable. She knew she was doing their bidding. Whether she believed in what their bidding was or not, she was still doing their bidding. But here's the kicker where she lost me at and where she pissed me off at, okay? Let's play this first video clip to set up where we go into the context, all right?
So one of the things that's actually happening in our...
Now, this clip right here is Byron Donalds talking about how the marriage rates were high during the Jim Crow era, okay? And if you guys forgot about this, Al Sharpton, the liberals, Hakeem Jeffries, all of them took it and tried to make it seem like because he's a Republican, he's a black Republican, that he was trying to promote Jim Crow as if Jim Crow era was a good thing. But he was talking about how the marriage rates were higher and how higher then, and then it dipped. But he likes where it's going now in present day because he's starting to see the marriage rate within the black community going up again. This was the context of this conversation he was having. I think it was at a barbershop, a black barbershop. I think he was having it at. Let's go.
Culture, which you're now starting to see in our politics, is the reinvigoration of black families with younger black men and black women. And that is also helping to breed the revival of a black middle class in America. You see, during Jim Crow, the black family was together.
That's right.
During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative-minded, but more black people voted conservatively. And then H.E.W., Lyndon Johnson, and then you go down that road, and now we are where we are. What's happened in America the last 10 years, and I say it because it's my contemporaries, it's Wesley's contemporaries, you're starting to see more black people be married in homes, raising kids. It's when you home with your wife raising your kids, and then you look at the world, you're saying, now wait a minute, time out. This does not look right. How can I get something to my kids? It goes back to the conversation of generational wealth. Not just having a job, generational wealth.
So here's the challenge, Congressman. You started out talking about your family, talking about your mom, talking about being raised, and you on your own brought up Jim Crow. In fact, you said Jim Crow 3 times for emphasis. It wasn't the media or the Democrats or gaslighters who brought up Jim Crow. It was you. You brought up Jim Crow. So why did you use Jim Crow specifically as your reference? You did that. No one else did that. You did it.
Oh, I did. We were having a conversation, just talking as, black people in Philadelphia. But if you're going to use the chronological timeline of America, before the Great Society and Lyndon Johnson's time period, you had, unfortunately, the Jim Crow era in America. During that time period, the marriage rates of black Americans was significantly higher than any other time since then in American history. So it is a divergence if you're talking about marriage rates in the black community. They have plummeted. And what we've seen recently in America, which is a very good thing we should all celebrate, is that the marriage rates in the black community are rising again.
Jim Crow lasted roughly from 1867 after the Civil War to 1968. Is there a specific period between 1867 and 1968 that you thought was this golden era for black families, or a time that was good for black families?
Joy, I never said that.
Watch this. Watch what happens.
This is where the gaslighting comes in.
I'm going to read what you said.
All I was talking about was the marriage rates.
Stop. No,
Joy,
that's not what you said. Let's play what you said.
Play
what he said. Play what he said.
Families. You're saying I said it was the golden era. I never said that.
During Jim Crow, the black family was together.
That's right.
During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative-minded, but more black people voted conservatively. And then H.E.W., Lyndon Johnson, and then you go down that road, and now we are where we are.
You said during Jim Crow, the black family was together.
If you notice, she said that he said it was a golden era, and they played the clip. He never said that. You pay attention. But he let her move on from it. He shouldn't have let her move on from it, but he let her move on from it.
What was the authority of the black father in the black family during Jim Crow?
Well, listen, under Jim Crow, obviously, Black people were under great persecution, unfortunately, by Southern Democrats and the Democrat Party overall in the history of our country. That's the fact. And so, well, let me finish now, Joy. And so having the Black man in the home was about first protecting the mom and protecting the kids, incredibly important. It was the leadership in the home, which is incredibly valuable. And I think what we're witnessing, obviously, the last 30 years, definitely through my generation, is Black fathers being at home is incredibly important for the success of Black children going forward. And it's not just a Black thing, that's everybody. Fathers in home help to breed success for kids moving forward. That is a great thing for our country. That's something that has been proven throughout time.
Okay, so two of the many things I hate outside of Drake, two of the many things that I hate is these red pill niggas who demean, degrade, and devalue our Black women. I also hate feminists who degrade and devalue and disrespect Black men, especially Black fathers, as it pertains to the household. So he made a point at the end of this where he was saying how important during that time was for Black fathers to be in homes to protect their families during the time of Jim Crow, right? Because it's very dangerous, especially in the South. It was very dangerous. So it's very important for the Black men staying home to protect their wives and children, right? Look at the angle this woman takes, just trying to prove a point and make this and try to be right and try to have this gotcha moment against this man. Now, like I said, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. Okay. I am not a supporter of Byron Donalds, nor am I hate Byron Donalds. I don't have anything against Byron Donalds. Okay. And I'm not finna wear a Byron Donalds shirt. Okay. But in this instance, this is disgusting what you're finna see right now. Watch this.
During this era, you said that what you were talking about was the presence of the Black father in the home to protect his wife and family. In 1943, in the state that you represent, in Florida, a young man named Willie James Howard, who was 15 years old, was lynched. During Christmas of 1943, Willie Howard sent cards to all of his coworkers at the Van Priest Dime Store in Live Oak, Florida. Unlike the other cards, Willie's card to Cynthia Goff, a white store employee, revealed a youthful crush. His greeting expressed hope that white people would someday like Black people and concluded, "I love your name, I love your voice. For SH, sweetheart, you are my choice." After reading the card, Cynthia's father, Phil Goff, brought two friends to the Howard home and demanded to see Willie. Despite his mother's pleading, the men dragged Willie away and then kidnapped Willie's father, James Howard, from work. The men drove the two Howards, I should say, to the embankment of the Suwannee River, bound Willie's hands and feet, stood him at the edge of the water, and told him to either jump or be shot. Willie jumped into the cold water below and drowned while his father was forced to watch at gunpoint. Willie's dead body was pulled from the river the next day. You said that during the Jim Crow era, the importance of having a Black man in the home was to protect his family and to protect his wife. I actually spoke with somebody who lived through Jim Crow. Her name is Merle Evers Williams. And Merle quoted to me a man named Charles Silberman, who wrote in Crisis in Black and White, that in 1890, the year that the Mississippi Constitution was written, the policy of crushing out the manhood of the Negro citizens was to be carried out with success. So the man in the home during Jim Crow had no rights, could not protect his wife from rape, could not protect his son from lynching. So again, why would you quote that era and say that at that time, the family all being in the home together was something we should think of as a good thing?
Well, first of all, Joy, the story you bring up and you're bringing up is a tragedy, one of the great tragedies of the Jim Crow era. This is why those policies they were disgusting and distasteful. All I was talking about, Joy,
what was the benefit of a man in the family? Again, sir, I'm sorry.
What was the benefit of a man in the family? What was the benefit of the man in the family? Do you hear this woman? Do you hear this woman? What was the benefit of the man with the family? She brings up two situations, two instances.
Am
You
I allowed
talk
to
for a
talk,
long
or are
time.
you gonna
Sorry,
talk over
I
me?
only
I'm
no.
just-
Talk over you. You've gotten a chance
I'm
to
trying
speak
to
a lot,
respond to
Congressman.
what you
You're going to
brought up,
answer
Joy, and
my
now you won't
question
let
now
me
and
do
not
that.
filibuster.
That's
This is
what
the
I'm
question
trying
you
to
want.
answer, Joy,
This
but now
is
you're
the
cutting
question
me
you
off.
need to answer.
That's what I'm
If
trying to
black
answer.
men,
That's what
hold
I'm
on.
trying to answer, Joy.
Give me a
Are you going
second.
to let
Take
me
a
do
breath.
that? Are
Take
you going to
a
let me do
breath.
it? I would love
If
to
a
do it.
black man could
I would
not
ask you to do the same.
protect, it's my show. If a black man, a black father, could not protect his wife, his son, or himself from lynching and violence, how is him being in the home mean that that is an era that was better for the black family, or that we should think of as a good thing?
First of all, Joy, I never said that it was better for black people in Jim Crow. I have never said that, and even my own words say that. If you're talking about the importance of black fathers in the home, or frankly, all fathers in the home, it is always for the betterment of children, to have leadership, yes, for safety. So having two people in the home to help provide the economic needs for those children so the family can succeed.
Salute to all the black fathers out there. The myth should be dead. And if anybody brings up that myth around you, if you find yourself around a crowd of people or, a certain number of people where they talking about how, black fathers aren't present, statistics show, and I did a video on it for Father's Day, black men are the most present fathers in their children's lives more than any other community. Okay? We are the most present with our children. It may not always work out with the woman you have a child with, but that doesn't always mean that we are gone, we're forgotten, we dip, we get ghosts, never hear or see from us again. That's not always the case. Matter of fact, according to the statistics, it's at the least within our community. It's at the least within our community. Think about that now. They locking our asses up the most, and we still more present than any other community when it comes to our children. So that's where she lost me at, and that's where I was like I was in my house when I saw it, so I couldn't spit at the ground to spit at her, to spit at the ground. But it was like that was just like it for me. That was it for me. How dare you? How dare you question the importance of black men being in the homes? So, y'all, like I said, not y'all, but there are a lot of people out there that are like, trying to fight their fight for Joy Reid. And, even though her ratings dropped 47% after the election, a lot of people out there trying to fight their fight. Oh, this is injustice. This is racism. Let me tell you something. Like I said, if I see you as an opposer, the opposer to my race, to my community, just because you look like me doesn't mean that I'm going to feel for you when they take care of your ass. I don't care if you're a woman or a man. Just because you look like me don't mean that I'm going to ride with you. She's not even a foundational black American. I bet y'all didn't even know that. Both of her parents are immigrants. She's first generation African American. She has no ties to this country. She has no bloodline that goes back. She don't even have a bloodline that goes back to Jim Crow for her to be speaking on Jim Crow. Think about that. Her parents aren't from this country. I did my homework. That's right. And for you to be speaking on something where our people went through, that your people never even had to go through, and for you to say those types of things, I said it was a wrap for me. I was like, man, you get the, if you don't sit your little, calm down. I'm just saying, a lot of people have to start being more careful about who you allow to invoke these emotions within you for you to feel bad for them, or for you to want to holler out injustice and racism and all these things. I'm telling you, because you're wasting your breath, your time, and your energy. You are. If Juicy Smollett did not teach y'all that, by now, I don't know how else to help you. I just don't know how to help you. That's correct. Another Emmanuel Acho. Another Kamala Harris. Let's keep it gangster here, man. Let's keep it a buck here. Okay? Let's keep it a buck, man. It pisses me off when people who don't have any ties to this land have so much to say within our community. And to know that if there was ever a time where a president said, yes, I'm going to sign off on this bill that is going to give reparations to African Americans, do you not know Elon Musk would get a check? You know he was born in South Africa. You know that, right? He got his visa over here. If he gets his citizenship, he will be labeled an African American. You do know there are immigrants from Africa who move here as we speak right now, who are having babies, who are considered African Americans, who will get a piece of our check that they shouldn't be getting. So you have to be powerful, be more powerful, do more research, find out who's who and what's what before you start feeling upset and getting mad about something. The hell with Joy Reid. Good riddance. The hell with Don Lemon. Good riddance. You know what I'm saying? The hell with Mary Eric Adams. Good riddance. Just because you look like me don't mean you me. But I hope, did you guys enjoy the show? Did you guys enjoy the show? Let me know in the comments. Did you enjoy the show, or do you feel like your time has been wasted? I hope you didn't feel like your time has been wasted. We have a bad habit of supporting people just because their skin is black, thinking they are one of us. That's right. All skin folk. There we go. See, I took the word right out of my mouth, Daryl. Took the word right out of my all skin folk ain't kin folk. That's right. That's right. That's right. That is correct. Great show. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I got 57 people in here. I only got 7 likes. Hit that like button for me. It may not be everybody on YouTube. But if you guys on YouTube, hit that like button for me, man. Get me in that algorithm. Because this video need to go out. I'm exposing folks in this one right here. I'm exposing people. But, you know, appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. You know, until next time. Till next time. Stay black. Stay black.